Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time, as usual, especially this week. We had a double header, had a webinar yesterday for Long Term Care Awareness Month. November 1st starts that officially. And then today we have a brand new product launch on Insure Me Now Direct. We're also talking about new technology, a new platform that's available to you at no charge that will help you kind of keep your finger on the website, who's visiting, where's traffic coming from, what pages are visited most by consumers. So some really, really cool stuff for your Insure Me Now Direct website and for business in general, even off the platform. So here's what's so neat about all of this. And if you remember, and I just want to fast forward for a second, if you remember, if you've been with us for a while now, I've been talking about this dream of mine, right? This Insure Me Now Direct, Amazon for insurance agents, right? Where you're agent of record, you get full commissions and renewals on some products. And I only had one carrier, right, that bought into this. They said, Bill, you're crazy. We're never going to allow consumers to go on a website without seeing the agent face to face. It's never going to happen. Okay, especially with no agent involvement, and you want the agent to be agent of record and be compensated. No way. So I literally remember this like it was yesterday, and the carriers and the compliance department and the carrier RVP said, "There's just no way, Bill. You're barking up the wrong tree. It's not going to happen." So we had one carrier buy in. We had a mortgage term decreasing product, okay, and it was FSL, which great company. And it didn't matter if the product wasn't that strong. It was okay because it was a start, right? And this whole dream of mine was able to come to the surface, and it kind of put all the dots together because why we had a platform, an agent can market the website, a consumer can buy a product, right, with 100% direct to consumer with zero agent involvement, and it all came true and we were off to the races. We had thousands and thousands of agents that said, Bill, we want in. This is unbelievable. And it was great. Okay. And sure enough, over the last 10 years, right, we proved the concept. And here we are today. And we're talking about adding, we have a fifth carrier onto the platform. Okay. One of the five carriers is Assurity Life, who is a great partner of ours for many, many years. And we today have four products on the platform from Assurity Life. And we're talking about adding the fifth, which is a guaranteed issue accident plan that Doug is going to talk about. So when you see this come full circle, right? And obviously, you know about Banner Life being added to the platform about a month ago, and Assurity with their fifth product, right? And now a new carrier with a final expense plan, a dental vision hearing plan. It has changed the game, and it has changed the game so much. And I know I'm jumping ahead here, but I can't help but to be so excited about all of this. But it's changed the game so much. We have our competitors out there. We have other IMOs with 10,000, 50,000, 40,000 agents that are saying, hey, we want in. Can we get set up under you guys so we can market this to our agents just to play defense because they don't want to lose their agents? So the way that this whole thing turned out is just amazing. And you all, as Levinson agents, have an exclusive opportunity to market and sell on this platform for free. It's 100% complimentary. Okay, to you all. We have marketing platforms, campaigns, these turnkey, literally plugins for any CRM tool, for Agency Automator, for Ringy, for old school mailer brochures, postcards. We have everything already built for you. So there's this free website, think Amazon, right? But just for you with your picture, phone number. You have all of the marketing material already pre-approved. We can even co-brand for you. We have sales scripts, okay? We have over 20 to 30 different pieces that you can choose from that we're gonna show you in a little bit. So it's everything that you need to be dangerous when it comes to selling online. And then, you scratch your head and you say, well, Bill, I'm not that great on social media, right? I don't even know what SEO stands for, okay? And what am I going to do with a platform like this? Well, here's what you're going to do, okay? And I'm going to explain because we know there's several types of agents all over the country, right? From Cedar Rapids, Iowa to Key West, Florida. We have third bedroom term agents. We have some agents that only sell final expense. We have some big time estate planning agents and financial advisors that focus on the $100,000, minimum target premium case and up. Okay. But here's how you need to look at this. So if you're focusing on those monster cases, good for you. That's wonderful. But what happens when you have the consumer, the friend, the referral, the relative that says, I need $1 million 20-year term and the premium is $97 a month? Okay. And you don't want to get involved, right? It's not a big enough case for you. You just send Bob to your website. Hey, Bob, do you have a minute? Go to BillLevinson.com. You can run a quote. You can apply. You can get approved. You can print and save the policy or ask for a physical copy. And you, the agent, just got paid. You have a new client. You're building your book. And you did nothing except shared a link. So my point is, if you're face to face, great. You can pull out a smartphone, an iPad. It doesn't matter. On the phone, say, hey, Bob, do you have a second? Pull up BillLevinson.com. Okay, fine. If you're marketing on YouTube, on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, stories, ads, share your site, your URL, your domain. Okay, get it out to the masses. And in fact, where we just hit a huge grand slam out of the park, we have the largest P&C agency in the country, okay, that we just put a partnership deal together with because they want to market this to all of their P&C clients and offer critical illness, disability, term life with ROP, accident plans, all the above. And they don't want to do the work behind the scenes. Okay, so what are they doing? They're going after their tremendous book of business by saying, hey, check out our new life department. Click here for more info. Okay, this started about 4 weeks ago. So that's how you need to look at this. It doesn't matter what side of the fence or what part of the industry you're from. Doesn't make a difference. This is literally as easy as clicking 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yes, it takes 10, 11, 12 minutes to go from A to Z with the application, but the consumer can do it at 4 a.m. while you're in your third dream. Okay. Doesn't make a difference. So the opportunity is huge, never been bigger and better. We have our new carrier with final expense coming. We have Assurity has an awesome product portfolio with return of premium options, living benefit options, up to $1 million of term, all instant decision as long as it's standard or better, no red flags. Okay, this is an amazing time for all of us. Also, InsureMeNowDirect.com. You're going to see from Insurance Newsnet magazine. Why? The November issue, inside front cover, is the entire platform featured. Okay. Plus, they just put a huge campaign press release together for Levinson and Insure Me Now Direct. So things have been crazy since the 1st of November, which was yesterday. So great stuff. Check out the PR when you get a chance. Let's dive into today's presentation. What we're also going to do is by the time we wrap up tonight in the office, everyone's going to get a thank you email, and we will include Assurity contracting if you're not set up already, all the product brochures, all of the marketing campaigns. We'll give you everything that you need to get started. Okay, we'll be in your inbox tonight before we leave for the day. So if you don't receive it, let us know. That means we have an incorrect email address or it's sitting in your junk folder. Okay, let's jump right in here. I want to talk about a few things, and then Doug, our VP from Assurity, is going to take the wheel. So we just locked down this date. Okay, so make sure you write it down, put it in your calendar. I don't care but I want to make sure that you are registered and you are there. So April 11th and 12th of 2024 is our Levinson Annual Agent Expo. Very, very exciting. Assurity will be part of it. They're part of it every year, as a matter of fact. So I want to make sure that you are there. So the night before, we do a big dinner for our out-of-town agents and agencies. And then Friday, April 12th is our big day, our big expo. We should have over 300 agents in 2024. We're going to have the agent panel. We'll have our big keynote speaker. It's going to be a day you don't want to miss. And of course, we'll have our latest carrier that's being added into Insure Me Now Direct as well in the morning. So this will be awesome, and I promise bigger and better like we always do. Before we move forward, I want to make sure everybody has their Q&A pane up, their question pane. So please ask questions, share comments, good, bad, and different. We want to hear from everyone as we go, right? The goal is to make sure that you are comfortable with everything that you're about to see over the next 30 to 40 minutes here. So please jump in. Let's move forward. So real fast, what I want to do now, and I know I touched on this yesterday, but I think it's so important for us to take a second to thank all of you, right? Because again, and I say this all the time, we are nothing, we are nowhere without our customer. And our customer is you, the agent, right? You have to remember, we are not in the retail space. We don't have a call center that's attached, right? Where we're selling products and competing with our agents. So what does that mean? It means our agent is our customer, is our everything. And we would never be here today, right? Since 1972, if it wasn't for you all. So when I see these testimonials, comments, reviews come in, my promise to you all is to share them, right, to everyone. This is on our Facebook page, on our Google reviews page. And my promise is also to send you the IUL prospecting book free. Okay, if you share your thoughts, your experience with Levinson, this is how we give back. So very important. I love this. Top left corner, Dawn has always been helpful. Slowly, I'm learning all of this. I got my first commission. Right-hand side, excellent and perfect timing. I appreciate what you have done for my business. RJ is so easy and helpful. Every time I call, I'm selling my P&C agency, and I'm going to do life full-time. Thank you, Paul, for that. On the bottom, I had a chance to speak to Beth with marketing, and she has confirmed what I saw on the webpage was everything that I was looking for. I'm very happy to have found Levinson and Associates, and I intend to stay the rest of my career. Arthur, my hat goes off to you for sharing this. And I also want to mention, before we go to the next slide, Beth is the go-to, okay? Insure Me Now Direct for any marketing ideas, strategies, to make sure that you're set up with the various products and carriers, okay? You can write this down. Beth is your go-to, okay? And anyone in marketing. As you know, we have 11 marketers here at Levinson in 4 different states now, okay? But Beth kind of wears the Insure Me Now Direct hat, okay? So she can help you as well. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to talk about for a second, and you know this as well as we do, over 90 carriers on the life and annuity side, okay? It's very, in fact, almost impossible, right, to keep your finger on everything that's going on in the industry. So we do that for you. Every other week, you're going to see this in your inbox. It is our Levinson 411 Life and Annuity Leader, and we break it down into 4 sections. Very easy. You just click to view, just like a picture, okay? And everything that's hot, everything that's not, everything that's new, maybe discontinued, you're going to see it's divided by each carrier and then what's going on here at Levinson. So it makes your life a lot easier. Everything's done in layman's terms. And if you want to dive deeper into a certain carrier or product, you can click on the carrier brochure or the newsletter, and it will pop up literally right in your inbox on the screen in front of you. Okay, now here's a big challenge that we had a few years back. And we had a lot of agents say, you know, Bill, I love what you guys are doing, you know, and I wish I could drive more traffic and make more sales on the platform, okay? And we all know that in the insurance space, as an insurance agent, until you believe in what you're selling, right? Until you actually buy a life insurance policy or an annuity on yourself, right, or your family, you're not going to look at it the same way. Once you own the policy, right, and you're the insured, and you go through the policy, and now you see the value, right? You go out and you explain it in a different way. Especially, right? God forbid if someone passed that was close to you, and all of a sudden, $1 million tax-free death benefit check comes in, it changes the way you sell. We all know how that works. Okay, it's very, very important. And I know once you go through the Insure Me Now Direct process, okay, from A to Z, it could be on your own life, family member, client, whatever. You can do it together. We're fine with that too. But I know the proof is in the pudding. And once you go through the process, you're off to the races. So, what we did with your first application on the platform, $100 gift card up to $500. This is in addition to first year commission plus renewals. Okay, so again, this just proves, hey, go through the process yourself. So now when you're talking to your clients, you know what the next screen is, what they have to click next, what is the experience like that your client is going to go through. Very important stuff. That's why we have this incentive, and it's any one of our carriers and products on the platform, but you do have to get the policy in force and placed. Okay, what I wanted to show you next, and then we're going to shift gears and throw it over to Doug from Assurity, but I think it's important that this isn't just talk and words and fluff, right? I want you to see what's going on out there, right? In the industry, we're seeing some carriers, some third-party companies trying to go direct to consumer. I don't believe in that, okay? In fact, we're seeing a lot of carriers that dip their toe in the space direct to consumer, and what they realized is they were losing agents on the brokerage side because they're fishing in the same pond, okay, which is a conflict of interest. But anyway, it doesn't matter what I think because carriers are still doing it. And here's my point. If we look at the chart on the right-hand side, this is a 45 male, $500,000, 20-year term. These are some of the carriers that were or are going direct to consumer. Okay, take a look at the premium difference, and then you'll see Assurity, number one at $67.86 plus free scholarship plus 100% direct to consumer on our platform. Okay, and that's free. Plus full commissions. This isn't like a referral fee. Okay, look on the bottom. I won't even mention the name, but some of these companies actually pay the agent a referral fee. They don't even give you a commission. And guess what? They are agent of record, which is ridiculous. Okay? They are building their own book of business with your referrals, your clients. Okay, which in my opinion shouldn't even be legal, but it's happening. So anyway, this is a win-win-win, and you can see exactly why. Right-hand side. If we go over to the left-hand side, okay, the Levinson difference. What we're doing is we compared Insure Me Now Direct, right, to some of these other third-party companies and even carriers that are going direct to consumer. And by the way, no one, and I'm on record today saying this, has a multi-carrier, multi-product platform where you are agent of record that is 100% complimentary. Doesn't exist. Okay? We own the software. Oh, this was our idea. And you can leverage the platform with Levinson. And if I was in your shoes, I would be recruiting off this too. I would tell all the agents about this and get them in your downline, in your hierarchy. It's another way for you to make 5, 10, 15% on everything that they write through the platform. Okay, so you need to think like that too. Okay, let's jump into our feature presentation. I know I'm ranting a little bit, but when it comes to Insure Me Now Direct, I know it is the most amazing opportunity for us, for the carriers, for the agents, and most important, the consumers, because it's easy. It's Amazon, right, for insurance. Without further ado, I have my friend, Mr. Doug Bedore, our RVP from Assurity Life. Doug, are you there?
Yeah, sure am, Bill. How you doing?
Great. Couldn't be better. I appreciate you taking the time.
I appreciate the time today, and I appreciate that lead-in. Goes without saying that we obviously value this partnership with Insure Me Now Direct and the Levinson team. We are so excited to be adding our 5th product. So, we're looking at all the other carriers catching up to us, and we're happy to see Bill grow his platform. But we, are very excited that we're such a big part and can really offer lots of different options when it comes to all of life's risks, whether it be death, sickness, disability. We really want to cover every base here at Assurity, and that's kind of what we've been known for. And we're going to be doing that with a new product line today. So I'm going to kind of jump in. Bill gave a great introduction, but just again, I'm the senior sales manager here at Assurity, Doug Bedore. I'm located down here in Florida. If you're not familiar, Assurity is located out of Lincoln, Nebraska. And a little bit about us, if you're unfamiliar with us, I know many of you have done our products through Insure Me Now Direct and with the Levinson team. We are a mutual company, as I mentioned, out of Nebraska. One of the things that we kind of hang our hat on is we are what we call a certified B Corporation, which in short means that we put the planet and people on the same level as profit. So in everything we do, we're looking to protect our planet, to build up not only our customers, but our employees as well. And we certainly want to run a profitable organization there. One of the things that we've done over the last 5 years is really look to build out those digital tools. And that's how we have been so involved with the team at Levinson, because there's no one in the business that does it better. When Bill says that this is a unique opportunity to get involved with Insure Me Now Direct, he is not joking there. No one else has built out a platform just like this, and we couldn't be happier to kind of build those digital tools alongside with him to make sure that we're offering everything that we possibly can on the platform. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about a new product line for Assurity, and I say it's a new for Assurity, but let me give you a little background here. We're going to talk about an accident expense product. So if the client has an accident and incurs an injury, we are going to pay out a benefit, and that benefit's going to be based on a lot of factors, basically what kind of treatments and various things happen. This is a product that Assurity as a whole, we do sell in the worksite space, so we do sell group policies. This type of product is our leading group plan that we use. And we are excited to actually be able to offer this now as an individual plan. So what will be built in on that Insure Me Now Direct site is our individual plan for accident expense. And really, we see the target as it can really be anyone at this point. But what we're seeing a lot of is consumers worried about health insurance costs, deductibles, copays. I mean, with high deductible plans, which virtually every employer seems to be offering now, how can we defer some of those costs if there's an unexpected injury pops up? So really, we're seeing this as a very beneficial plan for almost any client that you run into. I had a great conversation with an agent that works on our worksite side, so they're used to selling group plans, and they could not have been more excited to get access to this type of product for an individual basis, so they can go to every client they have. What their sales pitch typically is do you have a plan that can cover you 24 hours a day? And if you have something come up unexpected, it's going to pay you out cash. If you don't, and most clients don't have that already, this is absolutely a plan for you. So it really can cover a lot of bases here. When we kind of look at the market, we're looking at quite a bit of opportunity. We know that 1 in 5 Americans will seek medical treatment for injuries each year. So if you didn't go to the hospital for an injury this year, you'll probably go next year or within the next 3 years. So it's one of those things that everyone experiences it, especially if you are a larger family, you've got a couple kids. I know I have a 5-year-old myself, and you never know what weekend it could end up in the ER with her. So it's a very relatable product and something that I think kind of Bill mentioned it before. If you haven't had a chance to work with this type of product, I would suggest it's an inexpensive product. Get one on yourself. You'll see how it works. And that first time you'll use it, you'll get a real good idea of its true value. And I heard that echoed from some of our agents that have been in this space before. They believe in the product, they have their own, and they can all tell their own stories of being able to use this product. So where do most accidents occur? Generally, they're going to occur in the home. And then obviously we want to look at car as well, automobile accidents and the injuries that result from that. That's going to be a big driver, and then work as well. So I just kind of want you to think about, it is, all these different places, but something that's going to cover you at home is important. So clients certainly might be thinking that they can rely on whatever protections their work might be offering, if they offer any protection. But we know that something that's going to cover you 24 hours a day is got a lot of value to it here. So I'll talk a little bit about the key features of the plan. I want to kind of first off the bat let you know this product as of today, this is a product that we just are kind of announcing right now. As of today, we have it available in 30 states. So there's still about 20 that we're waiting on. We expect in the days and weeks ahead, we'll probably be filling the rest of those out. In a couple of slides here, I'm going to show you a map of where we're at currently and where we're, the states that we're waiting on. But like I said, we do expect that this to be pretty much in all states here soon. Also, a good time to mention, we're giving you kind of a preview of this product. We're expecting this to pop up on the Insure Me Now Direct platform shortly. So I don't have an exact date just yet, but we're in the days or week ahead. You will start to see this plan, but I've kind of got an idea. I'll show you in some later slides what you'll look for and what the quote system will look like on Insure Me Now Direct. But in terms of product features, so accident insurance, we've got 3 different plans built into this, and those 3 different plans we'll talk about a little bit more in depth in a couple slides, but it's the Advantage plan and the Complete plan. And we'll have one more, then it's going to be different price structures on each. So you have the most inexpensive option to the more expensive option. There's not a whole lot of price difference in between them usually, but that will dictate what the benefits are paid out. And again, we'll show some examples there. Really important on an accident expense plan, there's no networks or deductibles or co-pays that you need to be worried about coordinating with. This does not specifically coordinate with any insurance. So it doesn't matter if they have a deductible or a copay that has to be hit. If they got the treatment and it's covered by the plan, they're going to get paid out their benefit. One of the really interesting features for Assurity here is, yes, we offer the family as a family, or we offer coverage as a family plan, cover everyone in the family. You can do it just on an individual, but a very unique plan. What a lot of agents have been saying is going to be kind of a silver bullet for Assurity is we do offer juvenile only plans as well. So if we think about, that son or daughter in youth sports, maybe in high school sports, playing football or cheerleading, we have a juvenile only plan. We do not require the parent to be insured. They can just be on the juvenile to cover them. And I've got a little case study later. I'll kind of show you an example of that as well. Bill referred to it earlier, guaranteed issue, no medical exams, test qualify. We are just basically asking, what type of plan they want, how old they are, and it's a very simple and easy way to run the application. So we're not asking occupation or anything like that. Guaranteed issue product here. We will offer it up to age 70. As I mentioned, we will do, down to juveniles as well as the primary insured, so they can do a standalone policy or as an independent on the family plan of the parent. You will have an option. You can choose the 24-hour coverage. If you have a client that is comfortable with any protection that they may have through their job, you can elect that you get a little cheaper product for off-the-job coverage. Personally, when you look at the price difference, you're usually not talking about that much difference there. So 24-hour coverage is kind of the default I always look at, very advantageous. I mentioned before we have the 3 different plans, Base, Advantage, Complete. These are going to kind of reflect the different cost differences and the different benefit differences. Again, we'll show some examples here in a moment. Guaranteed renewable, so they can buy it up to age 70, they can keep it up to age 80. And one of the really interesting parts of this accidental expense plan, it has a built-in accidental death rider to it. So if the client has this plan and does pass away as a result of an accident, there is a death benefit paid out to the client. It will depend on what of the three plans, base, advantage, or complete, the amount will be there, but that is built in. So for clients that, we have an accidental death plan that we sell that's standalone. You can go out and do a plan like that, or you could do a plan like this that's going to pay out in the event of any injury, and it does have a payout for accidental death as well. That benefit amount would double if they pass away on a common carrier. So think planes, trains, automobiles. If they're on a common carrier and pass away, it's going to double that death benefit. That does include ride shares like Uber and Lyft. So that is included there. There's also an automatic automobile seatbelt benefit as well. It will spike that benefit another 25%. It will increase it if they are wearing their seatbelt at the time of death during an accident. So just a built-in piece to that, yes, this is first and foremost to cover the treatment and any sort of injuries as a result of an accident, but there is some death benefit coverage built in there as well. So what does it cover? What are the things that are going to trigger benefits out? We have a lot of different things. If you get a hold of the product guide, or when you look at a quote, which I'll show you here in a moment, you're going to see a large list of things that are covered. And we by no means expect you to memorize all of these. It's just, we've got to show it all. It is comprehensive, and I think it is very competitive when you look at what our competitors do. So what we're looking at the screen, this is kind of the categories that we talk about. I'm going to kind of move through some of these just to give you an idea of where I see some of our advantages are, and what we're hearing from the field that they work with a lot of different companies. There's not that many in the individual space, but the ones that do, where they see Assurity is really standing out. So these are kind of the categories. We'll kind of jump into them. So initial care, if you have that initial accident, that initial treatment, it will pay out a benefit. And then emergency care, obviously, things that we're seeing quite a bit of, x-rays, going to pay out benefits. And again, the benefit's going to kind of depend on which plan you choose. But this next one, I wanted to mention kind of a spot that we see a big Assurity advantage. Under continued care, follow-up treatment's a big one. So maybe you have an issue, you go into the doctor, they ask you to come back and follow up for treatment. Generally, most competitors out there, they'll typically offer maybe a benefit of $25, maybe $50 for a follow-up visit. They might allow you to do that, up to 4, maybe even 6 follow-up treatments. Assurity's got a much higher rate there. So for our complete plan, that's $100 per visit for the first 2. So we've kind of front-loaded it. We know that, and the data shows that generally clients don't want to keep going to follow-up treatments. They usually will have their initial visit, and then within 1 or 2 treatments, they'll usually get done what they need to get done. Therefore, we're going to just kind of front load and make sure you get your full benefit up front, where we're not going to kind of spread it out, and only if you have 5 treatments would you possibly get that amount. So that's a big thing that we've seen, I think, is a competitive advantage for us. Everyday injury care, that kind of includes lacerations, things like that. We've heard from a lot of our agents, that's an example there. We had a client that was cutting meat in the deli. She worked in the deli, and the slicer caught her finger, allowed her to pay out a benefit for that laceration. So that's kind of an example there. A couple more categories: active life injuries, so fracture, breaking a bone there. One thing that I think really stands out for Assurity, and we're hearing a lot from our producers, is the organized sports injury benefit. So specific injury care, organized sports injury, it pays a specific benefit if the injury happened during an organized sporting event. So you're thinking about, your kid in youth soccer or any other youth sport there, it will pay a specific benefit out for that. And that is super unique in the market. That's not something that you would see on other plans. So we think that's going to be a big driver as well. We're seeing that used. And again, all of these are included in the plan. This is not like riders, you're electing things or you're hoping to add. These are all things that are included in the plan, and just kind of another big list here as well: catastrophic care, hospital care, surgical care. You kind of see the ones there. And I've got one more I'll point out on this screen. The hospital admission benefit. So under hospital care, hospital admission, Assurity will pay out on the complete plan up to $2,000 if the client's admitted, given a bed in a hospital. Our requirement is that the client is there admitted for 20 hours. And like I said, on the complete plan up to $2,000. Other people in this field with these types of products, generally they require 24 hours. And typically the benefit is far less, like we're talking about half of what we're offering there. So hospital admission is a big advantage for us here at Assurity. So as you can see, lots of different things are covered under the plan. And it's a lot to get your head around because there's so many different pieces on how a client could use it. I'll show you in a second kind of an example of what a quote looks like and how we kind of synthesize that information in one easy spot. So if a client's looking at it through your site, or if you're showing it to a client, it'll be easy to see. We do have a couple riders available on this product, an accident-only disability income rider. So this is a feature that you can add on, and this is super unique. So we do this type of rider on other products, but what makes this unique is this, remember, is a guaranteed issue product. We're not requiring, or we're not even asking, what the client does for their occupation. If you were to get a similar rider like this on our accidental death plan, that is a fully underwritten plan. We do ask occupation. There's a potential there that, based on occupation, we might not make the offer, but this is a guaranteed issue. So if you've got a client that maybe they're in a dangerous type of occupation, maybe haven't been able to get life insurance or even maybe an accidental death plan previously, with this product, they can absolutely not only get that injury care, they'd have a death benefit kind of built in, that, like I said before, was built in on the product, and they could add this rider on here as well. This rider, if the client has an accident that results in disability, so they're unable to work for 90, well, after 90 days is when it would start kicking in. It would pay them up to $1,800 a month, and that would go on for 2 years or until they get back to work. So not only are they getting paid out for any of the care or the specific injuries they receive from the initial issue, if they are unable to work after 90 days, we start paying that benefit out and gives them a continuous payout of that up to $1,800 monthly. So really strong there. Preventative care rider, that kind of helps with those copays. So if you do have an insurance plan that every time you're going in and you're doing, any exam, if it's just you're getting your eye exam or whatever it may be, it's going to pay out just a little benefit to help cover those and help you out there. So going to go through just 2 sales ideas. So in your head, you can kind of get an idea of where you might see these used. The first one, we've got Kyle purchasing coverage to help protect their son, Cole. They're on a budget, so they're just looking to say, hey, how can I get some protection here that's going to be inexpensive? So what Kyle decided to do was purchase specifically a plan for his son. So this is a juvenile plan, basically, that they're buying. They went for the complete plan. So again, that's the best tier in terms of the benefits they receive and the 24-hour coverage, and the total comes out to $11 a month. So very inexpensive. As you can see, because these are guaranteed issues, you can do these in volume. If you get this in front of your current book, you can really get these done quickly. And yeah, they'll certainly add up in terms of premium. But for that individual client, if they're on a budget, we can absolutely look at plans that are going to help them out. So let's talk about the hypothetical claim here. So Cole is in high school and he's playing football, and he has an injury, has a leg injury. So these are some of the things that he might expect to incur in terms of treatment, and these are the benefits that are corresponding for the complete plan that he bought. So ride in the ambulance, the initial treatment, the X-ray, specifically the fracture of the leg. So all of these things were things that were included in those past slides that are going to trigger specific benefits. So you kind of add all this up, all said and done here, this is a payout of $10,020 for this injury. Pretty compelling offering there for $11 a month. And we know that these things can add up. And then again, you're thinking about if Kyle does have a high deductible plan, great. He's got some insurance in place, but it might be $10,000 out of his pocket before that insurance ever kicks in. Well, this is how we bridge the gap there. So this is an example of using the plan to cover a child. Want to do one more, so I just switched the slide. We're talking about Leslie now, and Leslie is buying a family plan. So Leslie has opted for the family plan. We'll cover her spouse and any children. And they've bought the Advantage plan. So it's kind of the mid-range in terms of the benefit payouts. And again, 24-hour coverage. The way it works out for the family is $31.43 a month. So kind of easy sale there. About $1 a day is going to give them coverage. And then we're going to look at just a claim example here, a little less extreme. Lindsay makes a claim after she hurts her shoulder while tripping over a hose. And she's going to get paid out the following cash benefits. So that initial treatment is an urgent care visit, so $75 right there. X-ray, an MRI. She has to have the dislocation repaired surgically, $900 right there. So any sort of medical appliance, so in this case, it'd be a shoulder sling, $75. Get paid for some follow-up treatments, pain management. So she had to do a steroid injection, got to pay out there. And then a real rehabilitative therapy, so some ongoing costs related to the accident. So that's a payout of $1,740. Again, that's going to help defer some of the costs if she doesn't have insurance, or if she's got a high deductible plan. I'm certainly going to kind of bridge that gap and help her out there. So I mentioned it earlier, we are just kind of getting this product up and running. We're selling this again now to individuals, and we have about 30 states approved on the screen here. States in red are up and running and active, ready to go. The gray states are not currently active just yet. We expect as the days and weeks proceed here, we'll be hearing back and probably getting a lot more approvals, but just want to make you aware of that. If you're in one of these states, don't fret. We are going to work to try to make that available as soon as possible. As Bill mentioned before, we've got a lot of great materials to not only talk about, for example, the case studies I just mentioned. We have some flyers that are specifically using those examples. So just some collateral for you to look at and take a peek on how we can operate the product. And lastly, I just want to give you kind of an indication here. I mentioned you will be seeing this up and running on Insure Me Now Direct soon. We don't have an exact date I can mention to you right now, but I want to kind of give you a flavor or a sense. If you've been into Insure Me Now Direct, if you are already set up, it'll probably be somewhat familiar to you. We kind of do all of our Assurity products similarly, but just to give you an idea, to run a quote, you'll be able to do it, and the client will be able to do it right then and there. To get the quote we're looking at right here, all I had to do is say, hey, I wanted an individual plan. I'm in the state of Florida, and I made up that I'm 45 years old. I plugged that in, and boom, that's all it needed. Didn't ask me anything, obviously nothing health related, didn't ask me my occupation, anything like that. All you needed, and this is going to give you an idea of, okay, here's what the base, the Advantage, and the complete plan would cost. Right below this quote, you're going to see a whole list of all the different treatments and injury benefit payouts. So I'm not putting this on the screen to go through each one of them. I just want to give you a kind of a visual here that any client that comes to this page is going to know right then and there, what's the advantage of doing base, Advantage, or complete. It's going to list everything out. This is just a slide, but if you're on the site, the little arrows down are going to give you a little more explanation of what they mean by ground or water ambulance or air ambulance, anything like that. So it gives you a little more description. And again, this goes on for about 4 pages, which, yeah, can be a lot. It's a lot to see, but really it's important because what it's showing you is what's being covered. There's a lot of different things that are being covered. Typically, a claim under this product is going to include 3, 4, 5 different things that are being paid out on that claim. So again, I'm going to give you a sense here of all the different things that we've got going on in terms of the benefit payouts. And then this also can give the consumer kind of an informed idea of what they're getting in terms of doing a complete plan versus a basic plan. Very last one is down at the very bottom is that accidental death piece in there. So again, if you're doing a complete plan, $50,000 is the payout for an accidental death under the product. If they have the complete under a common carrier, they're going to do another $50,000. If they were wearing their seatbelt in an automobile accident, it would be an additional $12,500. So just to give you an idea, if you have a client that maybe was thinking about accidental death coverage before, if they're good with this amount of coverage, they can look at a product like this and not only get that death coverage, but also have some advantage in terms of injury coverage as well. So once they look at a quote, I selected the complete plan. This is where you can kind of dial it in if you want to add any riders or adjust anything on here. And then it's just a matter of hitting apply now. Launches you right into that application. If you have looked at an Assurity product in Insure Me Now Direct, you'll know that that button will get you right into the application, get the client right into the application. They can fire it up. And again, with this product being a guaranteed issue, very straightforward. Typically under 10 minutes, they're going to be in and out and be able to move along, knowing that they've secured a product to help them or their family bridge a financial need. So with that, I don't have the questions up, but I know Bill had mentioned if you have any questions to certainly plug them in there. And I know the team over at Levinson, always fantastic, as you all know, to work with. We love them as well. If there's any questions that you guys have, not only now, but in the future, certainly let the team over at Levinson know. Very knowledgeable on this and all of our products. And if they don't have the answer, they'll certainly can work with me as well on getting it.
Perfect. Thank you, Doug. Yeah, we had about 10 minutes left, so I want to make sure we get all the marketing material in. We're answering pretty much all of the questions, and anyone we do not get to, we will answer you as soon as we hang up, and then we can circle back a call with Doug if needed. And then don't forget, Doug will also be at the expo like he is every year, so you can meet him face to face. This was great. I also want to just confirm real fast, we actually have our programmers coming from MIB in the office in about 30 minutes. So we're going to push them getting this product up and running. It should be on the platform in 1 to 2 weeks is what I was told. So we'll send out an announcement just to let everyone know that you can start selling, but it should be 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, so now we have the platform, we have the product info, right? And you're scratching your head saying, wow, this is great. How do I get the word out? How do I get started? How do I market my website, right? And open doors. Great question. That's the $1 million question, as a matter of fact. And we feel like we have some great answers and solutions for you all, okay? Because it is that easy once the client lands on your site. So the challenge is getting the clients there. So we're going to show you a couple tricks, tips, and everything that you need to jump in. So to get started, make sure you do have to be appointed with Assurity under Levinson to get full access. And that is the contracting link on our site. We're also going to include this in the thank you email. On the right-hand side, this is all of the marketing material that is focused on the Insure Me Now Direct platform. And I mentioned it earlier, Beth put most of this together. So feel free to pick up the phone, email her once you're active anytime, and we'll make sure that you are comfortable. Let's jump into the first slide here. And like I said, we're going to get everyone out right before 4 p.m. Eastern time. So I just want to say, too, it's funny how Doug mentioned this. You know, it's all about now, you know, the younger generation. It's protecting, you know, the nature and this earth where we live and the future. And, you know, everything is green now. And what's so funny is, you know, Doug brought this up. And I remember being at the home office. This was probably 10 years ago. So think about that for a second. 10 years ago, I'm at the home office, 2013, and I remember getting the tour, and someone was telling me, oh, did you ever see the air conditioning system in the Assurity home office? And I was like, no. I'm like, what's the big deal about an air conditioning system? You know, I'm from South Florida, Miami, and we're in Lincoln, Nebraska. And they're like, oh, no, you got to check this out. So anyway, they built a new home office, and on the first floor is basically picture a huge ice machine. And that's how the air condition is blown out cold air from this huge enormous ice machine. So, they're thinking about, the giving back and doing the right thing when it comes to energy. And it's just funny how, back then you think about that story and then fast forward to today, and they're one of the first carriers, right, to have these Amazon type products and, with return of premium and not charging an inflated price. You can just see that the mindset, right? They're going in the right direction. They're doing the right thing. And we feel like we've been doing that since 1972, but it's just nice to see how everything aligns. Exactly what Doug said. It made me think of that story. So, all right, what I want to talk about now is everything available on the platform. Obviously, Assurity, we now know the new accident expense product, also accidental death benefit product as well. And what's neat is they all have a return of premium rider, including the term, disability, critical illness, okay, and the best part, 1 year free scholarship with every policy sold. Okay, SureBridge on the bottom. Okay, you're going to see their supplemental products as well. And then moving over to the top center is Banner Life. That is hands down the best term carrier and product in the industry today as far as pricing, carrier ratings. The premium is the same. If you were to see a client face to face or they land on your site at 4 a.m., the premium to the penny is the same. It's the same product. You're getting the same commission. Okay, so again, it's a win-win-win, and it makes me think. Right, I'm an insurance agent in Cedar Rapids. Why would I not be selling like this? Right, up to $2 million, instant decision. Right, standard or better. And even if, let's say, your client needs a $10 million, right, 20-year term, 40-year term, whatever it is, they can still go through the same process on your site. Okay, the only difference is they won't get an instant decision. They'll get an email, setting up the phone interview and or exam if needed. But that's it. But you can still use the easy process, I guess is my point. Let's keep moving along. We have the bottom section, Center Gerber Life. This is huge. So think door openers, right? Think policies on grandkids, on children, okay? And then you throw in the scholarship program. That's a college funding, a genius door opener concept, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly who's using that concept in just a few minutes. But anyway, the point is we have you covered. We have our latest carrier that we're adding the end of this year. So we're about 4 to 8 weeks away. We're going to have final expense and a handful of other products as well. And here's also what's neat about this is each one of the carriers kind of represents their own niche in the space. We don't want to have like a Burger King and McDonald's all on the same corner and the client is confused, So I like that. I like how, no one has what Assurity brings to the table and vice versa. Okay, this is the latest carrier announcement. You are going to love this. I can't tell you the name yet, but I can tell you we're going to have an awesome final expense product. Critical illness, accident. We're going to have a DVH plan. Think about this for a second. Life agents, health agents, right? Estate planning agents. Doesn't make a difference. You need to look at this, and I know we're running a little late here, and I want to get everyone out on time, but just picture yourself, right? You're out there, and I don't care if you're making $20,000 a year or $2 million a year from insurance sales, from health, life, annuities, whatever. You need to plant the seed. You need to open doors. You need to tell your story, okay? We all know once you can open the door and this client gets to know a little bit more about Bob Simon and Bill Levinson and Michelle Smith, they're going to love you and they're going to buy product, okay? But how are you going to create the sizzle to get the door open? And at the end of the day, if you're talking about a $3 a month accident plan or an $11 a month children's whole life plan, you have to get the story out. And at this point, it's a numbers game, right? So it's run your Facebook ads, your social media posts, do whatever it takes, e-blast out, buy lists, team up with health agencies, mortgage companies, right? Or market to your existing book or do all of the above. Spread the word, right? Figure out what is going to open that door to give you a chance to tell your story. And with all of these options that we just touched on, you now have a full toolbox to go out and be dangerous. So there's no more excuses. And I don't want to confuse everyone. So, pick your poison, as they say. If it's the children's whole life, fine. Accident plan, fine. Throw in the return of premium, whatever it takes. Just get it out there to the masses. Watch the doors open. Tell your story. Changes your life, changes their life, changes your family's life, because you're bringing more income to the household. Okay. And you're going to be proud of yourself because you had the best year ever. So hopefully you start off 24 with a huge bang and you're spreading the word out to the masses. That's what this is all about. And I know you can do it because we have 23,000 agents and about 20% of them are crushing it. Okay. That's a big number. That's 4,000 or 5,000 agents. So I know you can do this. The next slide here is you're now spreading the word, right? You got your ads running, your posts are running, you're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, YouTube. You're making your videos, you're scrappy like Bill told you to be. Great. Who's going to my website? What pages are they clicking on, right? I need to know this if I'm going to be dangerous. So this is Google Analytics. Every month, you're going to get an automated email in your inbox. Okay, this is free. And it's going to show you how many views, how many users, how many sessions were opened and closed, what was the average time, where did they click, everything you need to know. And it's free. Okay, this is another tool now that's going to help you be even more dangerous. So I'm very excited about this. The only requirement is you have to write in place at least one app on the platform, and we pay for this. It's free for you. Okay, and then it's automated every month. Okay, we're going to move real fast because I know I only have a couple minutes. So this is our national blast and PR piece that was just sent out through Insurance Newsnet magazine. As you can imagine, we're all very proud of this, and you should be too, because you're a part of this, right? You have your own site up and running. Okay, real fast, left-hand side, that's the national blast that went out. On the right-hand side, on the bottom corner, that is the inside front cover article that is in November Insurance Newsnet magazine. So check that out when you get a chance. Let's keep moving forward. Now, what I wanted to do next is share some great bullets, ideas. I want you to write down right now, okay? Take a second, write down. I don't care, notes app, loose leaf piece of paper, doesn't make a difference. Who do you know, right? Maybe a health agency, maybe a mortgage company, maybe you know someone that's tied into an association, whatever it is, group, work site, employer, okay? I know you have at least one relationship. Write down that name, because what I want you to do is make a phone call after we hang up this webinar. That's the action plan of the day. Write down at least 5 names, okay? Anyone you know where you can say, oh my gosh, we can market this to your clients, to your book of business, and use your logo, okay, and your brand, and then we can work something out with commissions. This could be huge. We just did this with the largest P&C agency in the country. That's how I know proof is in the pudding. So start thinking about this. Estate planning attorneys, CPAs, once they see the presentation, they're in. Why? It's a win-win. It doesn't cost them a penny. This could be a new division, a new department for their company. And you are the agent of record. That's how you need to think. Let's go to the next slide. So this is the turnkey campaign that was built for you to market the platform. Okay, Revenue Accelerator. Here's what's so cool. So it doesn't matter. Anyone with clients, book of business, what this allows you to do, it sends out first an automated e-blast. Okay, it's a series of about 7 or 8 different drips targeting these existing clients, talking about different products like critical illness and disability and life insurance, and how it's tax-free and how you can use this for college planning. So the point is, by the time this series runs through the entire book of business, by the 8th touch, they bought a product or referred a customer or did both. Okay, that's the point. Then we have sales scripts, postcards, mailers that go with the entire platform. Again, planting the seed with your storefront, your website, Insure Me Now Direct. So this is a no-brainer, and we can co-brand this for the company or agency. Let's keep moving forward. And this is all free, by the way. It's not like there's a monthly fee and, for $99.99, you're in. No, it's complimentary. Okay, right-hand side, Agency Automator. This is our built-in retail website CRM tool that you can leverage, right, by working with Levinson. It does cost $9.95 a month for the hosting, okay, and then it's free. So I would check that out. Left side is the follow-up system, and then what you could do is use all of this or your own tools, doesn't matter, plant the seed. You're dripping over and over and over with my website, BillLevinson.com. Check it out when you can. Did you know, right? And then you share a postcard, an e-blast, a mailer, all the above, just driving traffic back to your home base. Okay? That's the name of the game. Let's keep moving forward. And this was a case study, right? Think about this for a second. This is a startup company that said, you know what? I love your platform. I love what you guys are doing. I'm going to build this company and I'm going to market myself as the ultimate college planning professional, right? And I'm going to tackle different databases. I'm going to get different prospects. I'm going to build social media pages all geared to this college planning professional, okay? And then once they're in, I'm going to talk about different products, different ways to help pay for college. And on top of it, every product that's purchased gets that 1-year scholarship at no charge by working with Bob, the college planning professional. Okay, so this is another example, and this is a real life story, by the way. This just happened a few weeks back. Okay, and it's working already. So you have to think like this. It's all about scrappy. Okay, I got about 2 minutes left, and we'll put a bow on this. Next up, real fast, Insure Me Now Direct Drip, social media posts. So I mentioned a few times already, Beth can get you up and running with the co-branded marketing material. We have videos, we have e-blasts, brochures, everything that you need to be dangerous with Insure Me Now Direct. These are Facebook ads on the top right corner, and then on the left side, these are very simple Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram posts. It takes 2 seconds, and it's free. So you got to do this stuff now. Okay, let's keep moving. The podcast is a great training platform where you get to pick the brains of top MDRT agents. We have professional athletes. We have Jeff Levitetz from the Forbes 400 list year after year. Tony Robbins' right-hand man, Mike Savage. Okay, there's some great episodes. This is all free. It's on YouTube, on your favorite podcast channel. Check it out. Every month we have a new episode. We're just about done here. Second to last slide, future trainings. And I'm touching on a lot right now, and I know that, okay? And I know it's a lot of information, but if you wrote down those 5 names, right? If you have a new idea or 2, right? A new product concept, you're going to get the word out this afternoon, like you promised Bill Levinson, right, on this webinar, then it was all worth it, right? That's how I look at it. It's planting the seed over and over, right? And getting the doors to open so you can share your story. That's what it's all about. Let's check out the blue section real fast. This is Ringy, our follow-up CRM tool, and you get a 50% discount for the first 6 months. If you're in sales, I don't care what kind of sales, no brainer. Obviously, insurance, health, this is going to get your foot in the door because it's taking all of these stale leads and prospects and it's getting your name back in front of them on an automated system. So again, you got to do this to be successful now and in the future. On the bottom there, that's our latest carrier launch on Insure Me Now Direct. I can't tell you the name, like I said a few times, but again, game changer for the platform and for Levinson, and most important for you all on the 16th. That's going to be awesome, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And then our last slide here, and I apologize, we're a few minutes over. This is our Positive Tuesday quote. And again, Positive Tuesday means nothing, okay? But it's just a way to get our name out there to our agents. You're our customer, remember? But you should be thinking like this, right? To get your name out to the masses, to the consumers, prospects, your clients, your book of business. You have to get creative, and you can't do it for 2-3 weeks and say, oh, I tried it, nothing happened. I got 2 likes. No, this takes years. In fact, I haven't missed a Positive Tuesday in 7 years since I started this. Okay, and you can check out our social media proof is in the pudding. That's what you have to do to be successful. This isn't a one and done. It's over and over and over and doing things the right way. I'm going to end with this quote. Most people hit a low point and think, why do I even bother? This is where most people quit and never win. Power through it. Do whatever it takes to get the word out. And I promise it'll change your year, change your future, okay? Change your family's future. Do it for them. Let's all go out, be dangerous, great selling. Thank you again, everyone. Take care.